Alright, it's the last full day here in the Keys. So we're going to go in town, do some tourist little picture crap, then come back out and do some paddle boarding, and then do dinner here. Alright, it is 1 o'clock. Was in town, did a little tourist crap, and now we're getting ready to head out and do some more paddle boarding. Woohoo! Man, the sun's hot today. Alright, I'm wearing a hat and a shirt today because the sun is just brutal and I'm already burned. Okay, so it's Derek's last night here. We hung out with this guy. He had like really long blonde dreadlocks, local dude. He told us a lot of interesting things. Are you ready? Okay, first off, this is a horrible market for single people. All the good women are taken with boyfriends or husbands or whatever, and then all the other bitches out there, like Melanie, there's a saying for these women, and the saying is, she's not your girlfriend, it's just your turn. That's really fucked up and depressing. I mean, if like you're a single guy down here and like looking for a committed relationship, you're not going to find it in Key West. You had better find your girlfriend on the mainland and bring her down here, and then probably marry her. Because like I said, all the hot ones are married, and the ones that aren't. Alright, it's 11 a.m. Monday morning, leaving Key West. Derek left 5 o'clock this morning to head to Miami to fly out. Let's talk Key West impressions. If you like beaches and pretty clear water to swim in and lay out on the beaches, then Key West is not for you. They don't have many beaches, the beaches are not pretty, and the water is not pretty. Nothing here is all-inclusive, so you're going to pay out the ass, about 30% higher in Key West than the rest of the state for drinks and meals. So I'd say half the population at any given time are locals. The other half are 50 plus retirees. The bar and restaurant workforce are all 20-something, 30-something kiddish, serving the old water stuff. Snorkeling, there is some good snorkeling. Me and Derek had lots of good snorkeling right by our RV resort. If you live in Key West, you need to have a boat. You can't live in Key West and not have a boat. It's more important to have a boat than a car in Key West. Basic transportation is bicycles. People like to move to where they're working in the closest proximity and bicycle or walk to work. So in Key West especially, that means you're going to be living in a really expensive area, high rent. But if you don't have a car insurance and gas, it maybe evens out. So as I touched on it last night, the single market here sucks. In Dallas, let's say, it's 4 women for every man. Down here, it's 4 men. So again, Dallas, 4 women for every 1 man. Key West, 4 men for every 1 woman. So yeah, it kind of sucks down here for that. So believe it or not, I'm actually excited to be leaving Key West. A week here was enough for sure. To give you an example, yesterday me and Derek were driving, we saw a house, it was a mobile home, double wide, for sale, and they were having an open house. It was on the water, and it was in a nice neighborhood of other mobile homes and modular homes. So we decided to stop and check it out. Walk inside. Beautiful kitchen. They had actually put granite countertops in it, updated cabinets, new appliances, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, beautiful back deck with a hot tub, right on the canal, with a boat lift. Keep in mind, it's a mobile home. Double wide, but still a mobile home. $699,000 was asking price. Because it's on. So even if I caught the Keys disease, I would need to catch the money disease to live in a place like this somewhat comfortably. Bartenders told us at the normal bars type of thing, they'll make $400 a night. Downtown, on busy nights, they'll make $1,000 a night. So you'd think, heck, if you make $1,000 a night, just work 10 nights out of the month and call it a day. But they don't. They all still have 2 or 3. So the fact they're making anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a night, but still have to work 2 or 3 jobs, has me kind of suspect on their financial figures there. One of the bartenders' husband walked up and down the marinas asking all the captains for a job out on a boat. Never done it before, but kept begging for it. Finally, a captain hired him on. The boat goes out twice a day for charter fishing. He gets paid $65 for each trip, so there's $130. But he made about $400 a day in tips, so there's $530 a day. If you just work Monday through Friday, that's 10 days. That's $5,302. Now you work the entire month. That's 10,600, 11,000, depending on how many days in the month. That's some good money for working out on a boat. But again, you got to take all this with a grain of salt. So there you have it. Key West. On our way now to Marcos Island and Naples. I will say this, to fully appreciate Key West and the Keys, you need to make the drive down Highway 1. Have I mentioned that I am sick and tired of fucking seafood? I like seafood, but I am seafood out. Driving through the Everglades. There are airboat tours about every 5 miles through the Everglades so far. Finally here in Naples/Marcos Island, set up the trailer, and I have made this mistake twice now, but now I know why the mistake happened, or before I didn't. Got their all trailer set up. So the first time I made the mistake, I didn't realize it, but I had to pull it up on this balancer. Well, the first time I made the mistake, I didn't have the... So the first time I forgot to set my chock here to hold the wheel to keep it from rolling. That way when you crank this down, the thing doesn't roll away. It's connected to your bumper. So when it's connected, it doesn't roll away. So the first time as I was doing it, it actually fell off and onto the ground. That was back when I bought it. Hadn't done it again until today. You see that hole in the ground? As I was undoing it from the trailer, it fell off and put a hole into the concrete. If my foot, which is in flip-flops, had been underneath there, it would have put a hole through my foot. But this time, I realized why it happened, and it was because I didn't have the red chalk behind the tire to keep it from rolling. So I will not make that mistake again. So something has changed from between the time I left Key West and here. I'll be curious to see if anybody guesses it. If so, I'll buy them around. Or I should say I will buy the first person who guesses it around. Are you still trying to figure out what's different from when I left Key West to here? Can you hear that? I'm in an empty restaurant. And Okay, so I've had barbecue in Pensacola, Florida, Jacksonville, West Palm Beach, Key West, and now Naples. They all suck. It is 6:51 here, the sun's starting to set, but I'm going to go check out the Naples beach just to see if it's even worth maybe going to tomorrow. Hopefully it is. You could already tell the class of people in Naples is a different world than Key West. I went into a Walmart and it was nothing but rich, good-looking, old white women. Classy-looking, elderly white women in Walmart had more money wrapped up in their plastic surgery than I do in my truck. Well, here's something ugly about Naples beaches, is you have to pay for parking in these little spaces. The beach is straight ahead. I don't know how much parking is, but we are getting here as the sun is setting, so this should be nice to see. So the beaches are actually looking pretty nice. We got a pier over there. That's looking back to where I just came from. Oh, romantic sunset. Look at the couples. And yes, here is the sand here. We got this clown down here doing Tai Chi in his clothes by the beach. Of course, the water's not the pretty Destin blue or even the Keys. It's almost kind of the Atlantic color, but we're not on the Atlantic. I did talk to a cop about the parking, and he said you can park and pay and stay at the beaches till 11 o'clock at night. So there you go. Pregnant woman having her picture taken there. There are houses along the beach. And down there, at the very end, I could see resorts and condos and such. Another end of the pier. I can't see past that pier. Looks like they're actually doing construction at the beginning of it. I don't see anybody on the pier either. So tomorrow, I definitely will be coming with my little pop-up tent and a chair and do some beach time. Looks like they have a cool downtown area too. I also saw a house for rent on the way here. It was small and cute. Of course, now I have to go call on it, just see what prices go for in this area. So here's some of the houses that lead to the beach access. And since I've been here, somebody came out of this house and this house with a glass of wine headed to the... And by somebody, I mean like hot 60-year-old blonde-headed plastic surgery type women. Another grandmotherly type chick with big boobs and blonde hair walked out of this house with a glass of wine heading to watch the sunset just now. Cute little boardwalk with a bunch of shops down by the marina, it looks like, in some place called Tin City, which looks intriguing. I see they're getting my boat ready for me. 3 350 horsepower motors on the back of that sucker. It's a Boston Whaler. That thing is humongous and sexy. So here's a little boardwalk shops and restaurants. So we'll hit this tomorrow too and see what type of interesting oddities we can find. So here's the little house for rent. It's a little house, but it's amongst mansions. So, house next door to it. I called on the little house for rent, and the guy's cell phone is completely filled up on his mailbox, which means there's probably tons of people calling on that or his other. Tons of cool restaurants and boutique shops all the way down this street here. I think it's 5th Avenue. You thought I was joking about this being a retirement community, but sure enough, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shuffleboard. It's right there. We'll try to get a better view of the older retirement guys playing shuffleboard here. Continuing our theme with the elderly, we have a guy on a Segway here. You may not be able to see him, but we're going to try to get close to him. There he is. The RV park that I'm staying at is more than half empty, so that's kind of nice actually. So this is my spot. It's all concrete, which is nice. Palm trees all around me on both sides. So here is a different house in Naples. Nice little kitchen, hardwood floors, and it's so here's a 1,500 square foot 2-bedroom, 2-bath home for $750. It's a little outdated, as you can see. So I guess what I'm trying to say is Naples has really nice beaches. Looks like they have a trendy downtown, and housing's really cheap. May not be the best housing, but it's cheap. Okay, look at that kitchen. $845, 1,400 square foot, 3-bedroom house with a pool for that price. I'm starting to get a little suspect about these houses and maybe the areas they're in. I might have to do some drive-bys. Okay, let's get a vote. Beard or no beard? My kids think I look like a pedophile without a beard because they don't ever see me with it. Well, here's a listing that caught my attention. And sure enough, when you scroll down, it's a little nudist park. God, you know they're fat and ugly. Here's a house on Marcos Island. I paid that for my lake house at Flora-Bama. It's actually a really nice place. Look at those wood doors. Holy shit, I have a hitchhiker from Key West. It's a crab. How the fuck do I get him out of here? Found him in a towel on the bathroom floor. Come on, dude. I'm not going to wash him down the sink because then he'll be stuck inside my camper. God knows ever. So I've got him in a coffee mug now, and I'm going to just go take him and throw him outside. Hopefully he can find his way to some water or something. Okay, he's gone. Freaked me out a little bit. I went to go move this towel, and all of a sudden he just took off running, and first thought he was like some big, scary, weird, alien Florida spider. Well, knowing what I know now, I'm going to be going through this bed looking for crabs, because God's sakes, I don't want to come back from Florida and tell people I got crabs. Weak.